Hey guys, today's video is going to be a full face of trying brand new makeup. I looked up the most viral products of 2024 and went to Sephora and Ulta and picked some of those products up. I don't usually try new makeup too often, so I'm excited to see if these products actually live up to the hype. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is prep my skin, and I'm just going to go in with my Kiehl's Ultra Facial Moisturizer. So from Ulta, I picked up the Milani Skin Quench Hydrating Primer, and it has hyaluronic acid and coconut water in it. It sounded pretty moisturizing, and my skin is pretty dry right now. So it's important that I create a base that is very hydrated, so when I apply my makeup over it, it doesn't cling to any dry patches. So I'm just gonna go in and apply it all over my face. Next up, I'm going to go in with the Say Glowy Super Gel Illuminator in the shade Warm Glow. Okay, so I'm just going to take this product and apply it towards the high points of my cheekbones. The texture is a lot more liquidy than I was expecting. I don't know why. I thought it was gonna be like a thicker consistency, but it's actually pretty lightweight, and it just sunk right into my skin, and I love that. Okay, now I feel like my skin is definitely hydrated and ready to apply makeup on. So now we're gonna go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Hydrating Foundation Stick. When I was looking for a new foundation, it was either between this one or the Hourglass Stick Foundation. The Hourglass one has a ton of great reviews as well, but that one looks like a more full coverage foundation, and I wanted something that was more on the sheer side, so I went with this one, and I'm very excited. I saw so many people use this, and it just gives a glowy, radiant finish. So I got the shade Medium 5, and we are just gonna go right in and apply it to our face. Okay, I feel like I did a great job with the color match because I think this matches me almost perfectly. I think of all the foundations I've ever tried in my lifetime, I've never had a foundation match me this well. Like, it matches me almost perfectly. I usually have to like apply multiple different things in order for my foundation to truly match me, but this one kind of already almost matches me perfectly. So I'm just gonna blend this all out with my Morphe brush. As you can see, you can still see my skin through it, which is what I wanted. I just wanted something that was very light coverage but glowy, and I love that because, like I said, my skin is very dry. If you do have oily skin, this is probably not the best foundation because there is like a dewiness to it, and I love how lightweight it feels. It doesn't even feel like I have anything on. It feels like a second skin. Okay, next up I'm gonna go in with the Hourglass Airbrush Concealer, and again, seen so many people rave about this concealer, so let's see the consistency. I have pretty dark under eyes, so let's see how this goes. So I'm applying it underneath the eyes, obviously, and a little bit in the center of my forehead and on my chin. And I'm just gonna blend it out with my beauty blender dry. I don't really like to wet my beauty blender too much when I'm applying my makeup. Controversial, but I kind of like using my beauty blender dry because I feel like it just soaks up less product, and I don't know, I feel like my makeup applies better when it's dry than when it's wet. So this concealer is definitely on the thicker side. You don't need too much product. I actually think I applied too much because you only need a small amount with this one. Okay, I feel like that definitely brightened up my under eyes, and to set that in place, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter setting powder in the shade Butter. I actually ran out of my setting powder that I was using before this a week ago and picked this one up. So I've been using this for a week now and I actually really like it. The only thing that I have to complain about is the packaging. I feel like the packaging is really messy and it forces you to put out like so much product and it kind of just goes everywhere and it's so messy. It's not like a container where you can control the amount that comes out. Like there's just a ton of powder that comes out at all times, which is kind of annoying because I feel like there's so much product that is going to waste by just flying everywhere. But in regards to the powder itself, I actually really like it. It gives my makeup an airbrushed finish, so I actually really like it. It's just the packaging that's not my favorite because the powder just goes flying everywhere. So I'm just gonna let the powder underneath my eyes sit and bake a little because I don't want it to crease. And usually when I don't bake my under eyes, my concealer will crease. So I'm gonna let that sit for a bit and move on to do other areas of my face. And we're gonna start next with the eyebrows. I picked up the Merit eyebrow pencil in the shade dark brown. Okay, so I'm gonna start off by shaping the front of my brows and then work my way to the ends. Well, 10 years later, I think I'm finally finished with this brow and I'm gonna move on to this one. Filling out my brows is like my least favorite part about makeup because this is like just the part that takes the most and it's like it feels like a tedious task. 10 years later, I finally finished filling out my eyebrows. I actually really like this product. It was very easy to apply and it just glided on. I feel like with other eyebrow pencils, they tend to be too dry and rough and you have to just keep going at it in order to achieve this look. Whereas with this, it just glided on and was very easy. So we're gonna start bronzing up our face and I'm gonna go in with the Morphe Hot Shot Sun Drops in the shade Bronze Bombshell. Okay, because these are drops, I'm gonna first apply it to my hand because it'll be a little less scary applying it to my hand first and then taking my brush and I'm just going to pat it out and start contouring my face. So I'm just gonna take this in the hollows of my cheek and move it up towards my temples. And the same thing with the other side, just take some of it and apply it towards the hollows of my cheek and again to my temples. Okay, this is applying really smooth. I think it's just a very intimidating product for me because it's very pigmented and I've never used a bronzer that was like in a drop form like this. So I feel like I'm just trying to navigate how to place it and use it. I loved the way this applied. It just warmed up my face and just contoured my cheekbones. Moving on to my favorite part of makeup, applying blush. If you know me, you know I have a heavy hand when it comes to blush, and I don't even care. I love the look of a lot of blush. I don't know why, I just love blush and applying a lot of blush. We're gonna go in with the Patrick Ta blush duo in the shade She Left Me on Red. I've seen Patrick Ta's blushes all over TikTok, all over social media, and I've been so excited to try it, especially because I love blushes and he has so many great, beautiful shades. But this one took my breath away, you guys. First of all, packaging, 10 out of 10. And I feel like it looks a little bit more scary than it actually is, but you guys, look how beautiful this looks, okay? Look how stunning this shade is. Obviously, it's a little intimidating because it's bright red, but I think with a light hand, which I just finished saying I have a heavy hand with blush, but we have to, you know, be a little light-handed with this one because it is bright red. So with these blush duos, the top one is the cream blush and then the bottom one is the powder blush. So first we're gonna go in with the cream blush and then set it with the powder blush. I've watched videos of Patrick Ta applying these blushes and he says to first take it on your hand, pat it out, and then go in. So I'm gonna take it on my hand and then go in and apply it on my cheekbones. So I'm gonna go in again on this side and apply the cream. It's when I do my blush that I start wiping away my under eye powder. So I'm gonna go in with the same blush brush and wipe away the under eye powder. So now I'm gonna go in with the powder at the bottom and top off the blush. Okay, I am obsessed with this blush. I love the finish of it. It's not patchy at all. None of the makeup products I've used so far has given any patchiness, and I'm very, very surprised, but I'm obsessed. This blush is a lot less intimidating than it looks. It just gives a nice flushed look. Obviously, I applied a good amount, but that's because I always overdo it with blush. But also, when I was checking at Sephora, my cashier was raving about this blush and the color specifically because she was saying how Victoria's Secret models back in the days when they would get their makeup done for the fashion show, they would use red blush, and people are only now starting to find out about the fact that they were actually using red blushes and not like a peachy sort of blush to achieve their like naturally flushed look. It's actually a red blush that they would use with just a very light hand. So that's why red blushes are becoming more popular right now, which I thought was a fun fact to know and share with you guys too. So I'm very excited about this. I love this. I want to try all the other colors. Next up, we're going to move on to mascara, and I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Panorama Black Mascara. Again, I was checking out at Ulta with this, and the cashier, I'm not even kidding you guys, she was like raving about how this was her favorite mascara. And I saw on TikTok that this was one of the most viral drugstore mascaras. So I'm excited to try and see what it applies like. love the way this mascara applied. I feel like it made my eyelashes just look all fluttery without being clumpy. And my favorite mascara that I use all the time is the Benefit They're Real mascara, and this one applied very similarly. I feel like the wand is actually very similar to the Benefit They're Real mascara. I just don't like the look of clumpy lashes, and this did not do that. Next in, we're gonna go in and do our lips. I'm gonna go in with the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Anywhere Caffeine. So I'm just gonna line my lips with this, and then I'm probably gonna go in with a lip oil. This is definitely a mauvey brown shade. I've actually used another Makeup Forever lip liner before, and these lip liners actually stay on all day. Like, I eat and everything and it still stays on my lips. So I can already tell you I love these lip liners, but this shade is one that I haven't tried out before, but I typically go for a brown mauvey lip liner. To top off this lip liner, I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Skin lip oil in the shade Kalahari Melon. Okay, I'm obsessed with this lip oil. It smells so good. It smells just very fruity, and it just smells really fruity and yummy. So that is the finished lips. I'm a big fan of everything I tried out today. I'm not even kidding, and I'm not a person that typically tries new makeup out very often. Once I find a product that I like, I tend to stick to it and I don't really veer away from it. But now that I tried all new makeup products today, I feel more intrigued and inspired to try new makeup out more, because I don't know why I'm like scared to. I feel like scared to try new products and not liking it. I just tend to stick to what I know is good, and I don't really try anything new. But now I'm more motivated to try new makeup because I tried all these things out today and I actually really like them. I really enjoyed every single thing that I tried out, and it all applied really well. Lastly though, we need to apply setting spray, and you've definitely heard of this setting spray because it was all over the place. I think everyone's used it, everyone's tried it except me until now. So we're gonna go in with the One Size setting spray. I got the mini version because I don't know how I am going to like it. I'm sure I'm gonna love it because everyone else seems to love it, but I don't really use setting spray that much, honestly. I kind of just apply my makeup and I finish off and that's it. I don't typically set my makeup with a spray, but we're gonna do it today and see how it goes. It is the One Size Until Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray. I don't know why that was like hard for me to say, but I actually didn't know that this was waterproof, so I'm gonna just spray my face. That felt a lot like applying hairspray, but not in a bad way. I just feel like makeup is definitely set. So this is the finished makeup look. I love the way everything applied. I feel like this can easily go into being my everyday makeup routine because I genuinely loved everything I used today. It all applied so seamlessly. It looks great and it's all very easy to use. So I'm happy with everything I got, and I feel less intimidated to try out new makeup products. I feel like I will probably be doing that more. So that is it for today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I will see you in my next one.